Everybody, I'm a little early, but that's okay. Today, of course, is another day of the week. It is Monday. It is pretty much the normal morning routine. Found something interesting out, which I do know about this, but as you know, the pandemic emergency declaration that has given us EBT SNAP benefits is coming to an end. Benefits will continue until October, and I do not think they will continue after that. Okay? 9 states, mostly Republican legislators, have said that they're not going to continue on with the pandemic food stamps. And some of you might say, well, that sounds stupid, but no, it's not, actually. It makes sense, but their argument doesn't hold water, which is they're saying the pandemic has resulted in people being lazy and not working, and therefore, in order to get people to go back to work, we're going to cancel in these Republican states the emergency pandemic food stamp program, or pandemic boost, precisely. My honest opinion on that is because the inflationary trend, what they need to do is to come out with a new inflationary emergency declaration because of the cost of living as we're going into hyperinflation. I don't think that's going to happen because, unfortunately, the Democrats don't care and they will not do it. How you doing, Darnell? So, supposed to be the party of the people doesn't care about the people. Okay? Oh, they care about everybody else's country's people, but they don't care about our people. Which is a crock of shit, if you ask me. However, that's pretty much, we have seen that being demonstrated over and over again, that the Democrats do not care about the people. Okay? Traditionally, a lot of people say it's the Republicans that don't care about the people. However, that doesn't hold water either, considering the Republicans are the ones who gave you the stimulus checks in the first place. So before you start judging the Republicans as being rich old men and women basically living a high life, having their nice $1,000 per plate political campaigns and basically aiming for big business, if you're still thinking that, you need to go back and look and see what the news trends are. It's not the Republicans doing that. Although there are a few, I'm sure, that still are, but many of them are Democrats. Okay. If you are, how you doing, Christine M. Darnell, I did say hi. I don't know if you heard me. But I did say hi to you. So the sad truth is, it's coming up to a head right now with the in some of the states in the primaries for the midterms, and many Democrats are finding themselves in a bit of a pickle. I'm not saying all the Republicans are doing better either. Liz Cheney lost her midterm. Okay, yeah. So, where do we go from here? Well, first of all, we're supposed to get some rain today. We need this rain. I have put in a request to Mother God to send us rivers from the skies, or at least creeks anyway. Pointing out that we are so far behind in water amounts to be frightening. Okay? Even the fire marshal, Winston, is warning people that they don't want people to cook barbecues in the backyard because the grass is so dry. Okay. I do have some interesting news. On a whim, I took a look at the prices of housing just for the heck of it in Kansas. I can get a nice little house, a house now, a rental, for about, this is about $500 a month. Granted, one of the houses is basically like a freestanding studio apartment. One large room, a bathroom, and a small kitchen. Okay? In Wichita, Kansas, for about $500 a month. Of course, there are bigger houses available for still within my price range. But realistically, of course, I'll probably not be moving because there really is no economic incentive to do so. Yes, we do need the rain bad. Why? No, because first of all, if I was to move, how would I get it done? Okay, we covered that in the past. So I just wanted to let you know I just did some, just quick window shopping. Didn't send any deals or anything. Just looking to see what's out there. I worked on my will, and I added, because the generic form didn't mention anything what to do with your physical remains. So I added a small section specifically while I want to be buried. I don't want a casket. I don't want a memorial service. I don't want anything. Just a very simple burial. No vault, no casket, no nothing. In a simple, inexpensive cardboard pine box. That's it. Nothing fancy. That doesn't mean I'm going to be going anywhere in the near future, because obviously, physically, I'll probably still be right here when that day finally comes, when the Grim Reaper knocks on my door. But I also have Krista as my executor of my estate. And as Stan's CT suggestion, I also included what I would like to have done for my cats. I say cats because we don't know if Rusty's going to be the one that's with me, or if it's another cat or whatever. But basically, I explain in the will that I want my cats to have happy lives, and that I want them to have good homes. And none of them are to be terminated. They are to be given the right to enjoy their homes with a new family. Lake Powell and Arizona and Vegas declared water emergency. Yes, and it would make sense because, Craig, as you know, Lake Powell, Lake Mead, and the Hoover Dam are major sources not only of water for drinking and irrigation, but also the major sources of water to generate electricity by spinning the water turbines of Hoover Dam. There's not enough water in Lake Mead Reservoir to guarantee that the water turbines of the Hoover Dam are going to continue to run properly. This was talked about 2 years ago, and it's really at the beginning of the drought. And as you know, it has not improved any. the situation has been getting progressively worse. Darnell says he has a beautiful female calico cat. I used to have, I never had an actual calico cat, but I've always had mostly tiger cats, and of course Fame, which was a Turkish van cat. Now, I would love to have another cat like Fame, because he was such a wonderful cat, and he was excellent in swimming. But the sad truth is, he's no longer with us. He left the building. And after living a pretty long, healthy life at around 17 years old. I don't know anything about Dennis Rodman to know if that's good or bad. But well, you're right, Craig. That's a very valid point. California does have at least 1 or 2 power plants in the south of California, but that's not going to be enough to keep the lights on for a lot of areas. Oh, okay. And so you think that they think that Putin is going to talk to an NBA player when he's already got a WNBA player locked up in his gulag? I don't think he's going to like Grimes. They're not going to give him that, and not going to give her back. She doesn't even really want to be an American. Well, yeah. Right now, it looks like the Democrats are finding less and less of a leg to stand on with the Trump raid, as I call it a raid. They don't seem to have they have a straw man. It doesn't make any sense, but it's not a very successful plan at all. Yeah, I can give you a news read. Let's get some of this stuff on the screen here. News read from MicheleMarieDalene. We got these little tiny midge flies, and they're biting that living bejesus out of me. They're like little micro mosquitoes, and they're just coming in here because the doors are open, and they're like biting me up. Not exactly nice to think about how I'm being chewed up by some tiny little mosquitoes, but that's exactly what's happening. Well, we know what mosquitoes like. Carbon dioxide and warm blood. It's got to be tasty blood in order to get the mosquitoes happy. We have thousands of people locked up in American soil right now because of cannabis for 10 plus years. Why is her life more important than theirs? Good question. Alright, so let's take a look at the news. There's not really a lot to talk about. Unprecedented raid. Judge makes major ruling on whether to keep entire affidavit underlying Trump's raid secret. Judge Reinhardt formally rejects DOJ arguments to keep Trump affidavit seals, calls raid unprecedented. Judge Bruce Reinhardt on Monday admitted the FBI raid on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home was unprecedented and formally rejected the Justice Department's argument to keep the affidavit leading to the search under seal, citing the intense public and historical interest. Reinhart, in filing Monday morning, said he rejects the government's arguments that the present record justifies keeping the entire affidavit under seal. Quote, the government argues that even requiring it to redact portions of the affidavit that could not reveal agent identities or investigative sources and methods imposes an undue burden on its resources and sets a precedent that could be disruptive and burdensome in further cases, Reinhart wrote. I do not see a need to reach the question of whether some other case these concerns could justify denying public access. They very well might, he added, particularly given the intense public and historical interest in an unprecedented search of a former president's residence. The government has not yet shown that these administrative concerns are sufficient to justify sealing. Reinhart said that he has given the Justice Department an opportunity to propose redaction, something he granted last week, giving the government a deadline of Thursday, August 25th at noon. Quote, accordingly, it is hereby ordered by the deadline, the government shall file under seal a submission addressing possible redactions and providing any additional evidence of legal arguments that the government believes relevant to the pending motions to unseal. Well, in other words, he thinks that their request to redact parts of this is BS. GOP House majority margin shrinks as Dems score key victories. Jurassic footprint. Spielberg leaves climate concerns over private jet on cutting room floor. Game of Thrones longtime Dem leadership race for high stakes face-off after district shakeup. 8-year-old discovers unforgettable fossil that's millions of years old. SUV pulled from reservoir after divers claim to have found body of missing California teen. Checks and balances on search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago home resort display limited government at its best. Biden administration reportedly set to unlock billions of cash for Afghanistan despite being under Taliban rule. Yeah. That's your news. That's basically bullshit. Not really anything fantastic. The weather forecast is equally not exactly stellar, but it's a lot better anyway. Cloudy today at 22 degrees Celsius, right now high of 23. Today, high of 23 with 60% chance of thunderstorms. Tuesday, 27 degrees, a high of 60% chance of thunderstorms. I personally think that this is going to be a bit much. That we're not getting the good rain we need. I don't understand why that is. Good morning, Gianni. How you doing? Well, sure, the house that I saw in Wichita, Kansas was nice, but I don't know how I would get to Wichita, Kansas. you again. You repeat the same old bullshit. Why do you keep repeating the same old bullshit? Why does this person keep repeating the same old bullshit? Well, anyway, I don't know about that, but unfortunately, if I had access to get to Wichita, Kansas, I would talk to the landlord because there was definitely a house with a security deposit. Even if it isn't, basically it's a single room home. It's with a bathroom and a small kitchenette. The price is good, and it's kind of cute actually. It's a little cute little thing. But I don't know if I would be able to get to Kansas to talk to the landlord. I see a lot of gas appliances in these houses. I see some places have electric stoves, but it seems that natural gas is the way it is. It's much more available out there than it is in Connecticut. Connecticut, it's more of gas is slowly going away of the dodo. There's not too many people who have gas cooking anymore in their homes, it seems. There's a few places that are still hanging on, but I know we need rain. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, I know. I agree with you. We need rain. Grass outside our building is dry. It is bone dry. If we were ever to have like a California fire in Connecticut, the entire state would burn. Kind of think of it. I mean, in some cases that would be a good thing. How you doing, bro, girl? Well, I don't normally love rain, but the fact of the matter is we do need the rain so much because we have not had any in so long in my area that everything is so parched. And the little tiny mosquitoes are really hungry right now. They've been nibbling on me all day and night. Kansas is a bomb. A station at Connell Air Force Base, and really, for cheap, and it was so much to do. Yeah, I believe I could see that in some of the scenery. It's still cheap. I mean, but the thing is, does Wichita, Kansas have a good public transit? That's going to be key. Because if it don't have good public transit, it don't matter how nice it is. A prison is still a prison. If you can't get things done. The south side of Wichita, they have a 55 and above. Mobile home parks are beautiful. And usually right about $600 a month. And that clothes, utilities, something to think about. I know, I saw that. I saw a double wide, and I saw what looks like a triple wide modular home. I did see that in the one listing I was looking at. And they wanted $375 a month, which I thought was ridiculously cheap. The only thing was, it said to me, don't they have tornadoes there? I said, yeah, they do. Do they have a storm cellar? I said, I would suspect that they would have to have storm cellars. I mean, but getting Rusty transported all the way across to Kansas would be a nightmare. I suppose I could always fly. I'm not really into flying. But the thing is that given I don't know where the airport is in Wichita, Kansas, I don't know how we would get around. Ideally, it should be underground. Some houses have what they call safe rooms, which is kind of like an above ground. Usually, in the innermost part of the house is a room. In newer houses that are highly reinforced to take on much of the really bad stuff. When I was in Little Rock, Arkansas, we got a tornado and down there in Little Rock. Fortunately, it didn't come near our set price for the blind. But we had the building had some of the shops were downstairs in the basement. So everybody came in and stayed down in the wood shop while the weather was our tornado was screaming. I remember when my wife and I lived off the base, believe it or not, the rent was $80 a month, and that includes electric and heat. Water, amazing. Oh yeah, that's right, you gotta pay for water in some places. Well, like I said, this cute little house, as I said, is a single room house. Looked like it was built around the 1900s, but it has all modern appliances and everything. It has a window air conditioner in the window. And it's kind of a cute little house. Looks like they added on to the house. Probably a bathroom and a mini kitchenette, which would make sense. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I also looked at other areas too. For example, my base in the American Truck Simulator is in Elko, Nevada. So I want to see how much the housing was in Elko, Nevada. Forget it. We're talking about house rentals here. They're just as bad as Connecticut for house rentals. I'm not interested in going to Las Cruces, New Mexico. That's the reason why it's called Las Cruces, because it means the crucible in Spanish. There's no way I'm going to go to the crucible. That's worse than Phoenix, Arizona. Topeka is a wonderful part of Kansas. North of Kansas, about 80 miles. We used to ride every weekend to get tomatoes and fresh vegetables on my motorcycle. Okay, Topeka. All right. Well, Wichita looks good. Topeka, I haven't checked out Topeka, Kansas yet. Even though I was window shopping, Ed was starting to try to give me orders about what to search for houses and shit. And I was doing my own searches. He's looking at the cheapest places to live in the United States. And I told him, I said, this is not always the best idea to go for the cheapest places in the United States, considering that some of these places are high crime, particularly Mississippi and Alabama. I said, I'm looking for a place that's kind of a middle of the ground where you can at least feel safe. And I think Kansas looks good because they actually have incentives in some cities in Kansas to move there, and then they'll pay you to move there. It's mainly for building houses, but they probably have something for other residential people too. Absolutely not. No, and I certainly don't want to be part of. I don't want to be part of Las Vegas, or Las Cruces, or Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona is too hot. Las Cruces is way too hot in New Mexico. Santa Fe, that is in the northern part of New Mexico, is kind of nice. It's more like Connecticut anyway, as far as the weather goes. All right, let me get the piano up. I didn't forget the piano, guys. I actually just put it up on the screen. Copy. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Right now, I looked at different prices, like in Billings, Montana. Kind of expensive. But I told Ed the biggest problem with Montana is the winters are hostile. And if you don't like cold and you don't like snow, you're not going to want to go to Montana. Okay? The same is true with North and South Dakota. Topeka is very quiet and clean. All right, I'll look up Topeka, Kansas. Oh, it's true. I could probably get off-grid housing, out there. And Dad said to me, it's almost like he was trying to start a fight with me. Is, oh, if I go with me out to anywhere, you're not taking the studio with you. Excuse me? That's the studio that brings in the bacon, Ed. The studio brings home the money and helps offset the expenses, especially during this inflationary trend. Yeah, I did see that. Especially for houses. Well, let's see if I can find the listings I was looking at last night. I kind of landed on top of the list quite by accident. Let's see if I can find those listings in the history. Let's see. Channel monetization, history. We thought we lost my Android phone, but we didn't. All right, let me see what I found. This is Wichita, Kansas, but I can change the search to other Kansas areas too. Okay, let me get this on the screen so we can see this. But I was a little bit disgusted when Ed says to me is, "You're not taking your studio with us. If I was to go to Kansas with you," listen, Ed, honestly, be seriously, you're probably not going to go with me. This is the house I'm talking about right here. I'll say for $550 a month. And it's basically, it's a one-room house. It does have central air conditioning. It does have a bathroom. It's a small little petite house. And it has a shower that actually you can drive a wheelchair into. Oh, that's neat. Oh, actually, it's a standing shower that somebody decided to make the picture into pan and scan. That's the bathroom right up here in the top here without being stretched down too much. And this is the exterior of the house. It definitely is a nice little itty bitty tiny house. I can see the wiring on it looks like, I think that's cable. I think that's cable TV too. I don't think that's electric. Oh, I see the wiring in the top there. Yeah, there's definitely 3-wire electric service, concrete slab. Kind of shower is one thing that's kind of a downer, but it's for $550 a month. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad for $550. Got a couple mobile homes. This is the one really shocked the living surprises out of me. Where is it? This one for $375 a month. This one here is what it requires a $2,400 deposit. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,140 square feet, which is way too big for me, but I thought that was kind of cute when I saw that. Because I was like, for that price, as long as you can need the deposit. I think I got carried my mouse again. Oh. Yeah. All right, here we go. Hi, Howard area. Where are you? All right. Let me change the search to the lowest price first. I like it. I am a cheapskate, but I'm not like afraid to look at things low to high. 645. $700 a month, 3 bedroom, 1 bath home for rent. 2 bedroom, 1 bath home for rent. The thing that looks like it's a duplex. $800 a month, 2 bedroom, 1 bath home for rent. And 2,229 Topeka Street. So there are houses, there are affordable options. Where in Connecticut, the same housing becomes just like the rappers say, can't touch this, can't touch this, can't touch this. I like the 551 too because it's small. It's a tiny house on a foundation. which is, as what I said, I don't know if the area is good. I don't know much about Kansas, but it can't be any worse than parts of Connecticut. I don't know how good the internet is out there. I like that 551 too. Well, compared to a lot of apartments similar to mine, in Connecticut, Jimmy's actually charging a little bit lower than the going rate. But yeah, it's not really a bargain. I mean, it's it's an apartment with heat, hot water included in the rent. One bedroom is about $1,000 a month. In some cases, a little bit less, maybe $900. I'm not worried about being surrounded by Afro-American people. They don't bother me. But people who like to destroy property, that's another story. When I moved to Willimantic, I didn't have a choice. I only, at the time, I only got like $470 something a month when I moved. And so I had to go where the rent was cheap. I know we are. I agree with you, Craig. I would not mind having my own backyard, and I like that 550 tiny house. I think that one's cute. For me, it's really all I really need. I mean, I don't know what the square footage of the main room is, but as long as it's at least a little bit bigger than my current rooms, still have your studio. Rusty can still have his outdoor excitement. And how much is how much is the security deposit on that 551? Let me look. 2,220 South Santa Fe. $550 deposit. Available September 1st. Newly remodeled, one bedroom, one bath, small house, new bathroom, new kitchen cabinets, and LVP flooring. Small pets are welcome. I like it. I think it's a cute little house. And that's not too bad for what it is. As long as you can have a separate bedroom, that's not a big deal. Oh, I'm not taking it with me. No. Yeah. It's basically a one-room house. It's basically a studio house. It's like your bedroom, living room, and more than likely your kitchen's your kitchen cooking facilities is probably in the small little separate sections of the house. You can see what was added onto. But it's not bad for what it is. I mean, really, I almost could come up with 550 easy enough. Just moving across country is pretty scary and expensive. Separate bedroom, that's not a big deal. More like it would talk me out of it. He doesn't want to go anywhere. Like I said, I was just window shopping. Ed keeps telling me he wants to go into these red light districts, and I'm like, why would I want to go in a place with high crime, Ed? Well, they'll leave us alone. I said, no, absolutely not. No. Yeah. Actually, he does, but that's fine. But I'm not interested. He has different goals today. He said, "You're always thinking too high." What do you mean, too high? You always want the good stuff. Oh, Ed, I'm willing to go halfway, but I'm not going to go live in a garbage pit. Haven't you had enough of that life living for the last few years? Well, I can't work with Ed in this because he's like, he called up last night and left a message with a pawn shop saying he wants to dump all of his train stuff for $2,000 or best offer. Part of me said, why didn't you think of that last year? You know, you could have done this last year instead of holding on to something that's basically worthless. Well, that's the reason I'm looking into stuff. I mean, right now, at least I'm just kind of cursory research. Because I need a better place. You know, it's better for me, better for my cat. When all the wicked witches, little rodents, insectoid soldiers constantly crawling in around here and biting me all the time. You got these little midge flies, they're just coming in and they're just like sinking their little fangs in me. He's like, yeah. Well, some of the stuff may be worth the total set. You wanted to sell everything all at once for $2,000. They might be able to do that, but he doesn't really want to move either. Come on. Well, I, however, acknowledge that Connecticut has got to be too expensive for me to stay here. I need a new change. I really need a new change of venue. This place has been... Connecticut has gotten to be so expensive that it's just not affordable to stay here. I need a new change of scenery. It's kind of like the songs by the Beach Boys. Round, 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 I get around. Yeah, I need a new place for the kids that are hip. I need a new place where I can basically do something new. And just like they sing in the Beach Boys, say, "Me and my buddies are getting real well known. Yeah, the bad guys know us and they leave us alone." Like, we've been around for so long here. It's but like I said, when I experienced a tornado in Little Rock, Arkansas, about 1987, that scared me a lot. You know, even though it didn't come near Arkansas Prices for Blind, it was outside of Little Rock. That's an expensive thing too. I gotta come up with some new ideas. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the trolls are leaving and unsubbing. A lot of trolls are leaving now, which is good. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. As far as Ed goes, is he ever going to benefit from anything in his life? Honestly, I don't think Ed is going to do anything in his life besides sit there and bitch. Like I said, I was just window shopping. I did not say I was going to sign on the title. I just looking to see what's out there. But I want to show you something. Because this is interesting. Because the people that are unsubbing are all the troll accounts. The trolls are unsubbing. But the good news is, at the same time, the channel still continues to see, as far as I can see, positive growth. Okay? New viewers, this is the last video. 65 existing viewers, 40 viewers for new viewers. Okay? So, like I said, the trolls are leaving. Good riddance. Just, especially the really, really caustic, toxic ones are leaving. Michelle, I guarantee you love Wichita or Topeka. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like I said, I need a new change. Because Ed's not going to want to move. Ed doesn't want to do anything for himself. He just wants to wallow in his pity. Like, really? Yeah. Well, the panel's open, guys. I did start the panel. If anybody wants to join the talk, Craig, if you want to come up, if you got a minute. Also, I tried to call you, Craig, on your phone. Your house phone is still broken. Try to call your cell phone to leave a message for Ed. Your cell phone's full. Your voicemail on your cell phone is full, Craig. So I couldn't leave you a message. I do, Scottish Dave. I couldn't leave you a message on either one. First of all, there's no bars. What you do is you purchase a bottle of liquor and have at the club you belong to, and you use the bottle. I just paid 50 cents for this, so whatever. Are you moving? No, nothing like that. No, I was thinking about more like moving to get something different from Ed. More like to get a fresh start. How do you get a fresh start? It's getting monotonous, and you know that. You know, you can see that in the shows too. No, where do I move right downtown and right next to you, John Heyman? What would you say then? The South is not exactly. Yeah, I know. Your big red pleasure machine isn't it's not the best cell phone company in the world, house phone company either. Well, there's some parts of Georgia that are nice. In some parts of Georgia, the land is not that expensive. But the heat would be good for Ed. But I don't really think it makes sense to me to play tag along with Ed. I think that's a disaster. I think he needs to. I think he needs to put on his big boy pants, and he needs to start realizing that I'm not going to be following him around. Yeah, it is. Savannah, Georgia looks kind of nice. But I don't know. You know, I did not get a ton of sleep last night. Finding a house for rent or a house for sale that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and with financing I could afford. And that's something that also Kansas is offering in some counties. Is they're offering a program to help you move to Kansas with an agreement that you basically agreed to build a house there. So obviously they give you tax breaks. Oh. Okay, so it sounds like Denise sounds a little bit like Ed. It's always been this way. Yeah, okay. I think we meet with the Dish Network remote when I had my Dish Network satellite receiver, right? I know where all the magic numbers were, but no, I don't think so. I don't know. It's a great idea, though, to consider options. Because, I mean, look, given what's going on with this country, it might be the Midwest that might actually be the safest place to go right now. As well as the East and West Coast are basically burning. Or riots, and unrest, and homelessness. It's the Republican heartland, which is the Midwest. That's is still the safest place to live. I am responding to your questions, comments, Scottish Dave. How can you buy if you don't have money? Well, pretty simple. There are mortgages you can get. It's not the same thing as buying with cash, but yeah. I don't know how that would work, because I don't know if they're going to say, well, we need farmers, so would you agree to be raising dairy cattle? Oh god, I don't want to go back to that again. USDA direct loans. It stands for United States Department of Agriculture. Notice the word Department of Agriculture. Not the United States Department of Country Living or United States Department of gotta be cheap, but we need farmers department. I would not be alive in 30 years. I'm only 53 or 54 years old. I'll be 84 in 30 years. Yep. There you go. There's the catch. And Kansas has got plenty of that. In fact, there's a couple towns that actually offer something similar too. Kansas wants to grow. And same thing with Nebraska and Iowa. And there's a place in Iowa called Côte d'Alene, which I don't know what that means in French, but it's an interesting twist to my last name. What's your last name? Delaney. Wait a minute, our town's called Delaney. Congratulations, you win a silver. Duh. So, I mean, Delaney Extreme good probably means of the valley. So it probably means it's a small little valley town in Iowa. Iowa. Well, I could always go to Maine. There'll be a tombstone every mile. Maine is so. The same thing with New Hampshire. It's not much. There's not much housing up there. I don't have a. I don't think it's up to me to decide that. I'm sure the Grim Reaper's been sharpening up his scythe. You can bet he's been sharpening up his scythe. I have no power left and I need a shower. Well, take a cold shower unless the power runs your water pump too. I don't have a choice over that. But you know what? I would like to live to be a centurion. Well, it's not off the menu. You could be a centurion. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You don't fuck. But you do have some pre-existing health conditions that could shorten your lifespan a bit. No, because my mother and I don't get along. Oh, I need my own place. It's just like the song by the Beach Boys, In My Room. Bet that little house would be perfectly suitable for that song because that is literally your living room and your bedroom combined. I don't think Chris is. Oh, yeah, here you are. How you doing? I was looking at a cute little house in Wichita, Kansas, just this window shopping, and for $550 a month, and their rental security deposit is $550 a month. It's a. Well, why don't I pull up this thing since Krista hasn't seen it yet? Let's get this on the screen. Let me go back to that window here. There we go. Let's get this back on the screen here so Krista can see it. This is a one-room house. Oh, it's got a bathroom and the kitchen added onto it. You can kind of see it, add-ons to it. But it's got a kitchen and a bathroom added onto it. There it is. It's a little tiny house. It's all one room. And it's only $550 a month with a $550 a month security deposit. And I figured something like that would be pretty good for you. Well, I don't know. Hartford's okay. We don't have too many sports teams in less than Hartford anymore. I see it's got the older window. Oh, wait, no, it's got replacement windows. Okay, I see the replacement windows. It's got a shower stall. It doesn't have a tub or anything like that. It's kind of a turn off, but you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's cute. It's a cute little house. What kind of air conditioning do you think it has? I don't know. Probably central air, maybe. Looks like it might have central air. Yeah. Say. Go back to. Wow, you look so fine. Really mine. Okay. Topeka, Kansas is a beautiful town. It's quite. Hartford is the state capital and it's larger than Winston. Yeah, it's the state capital, all right. It's also very expensive. Whatever floats your boat, Dave. It certainly does have a large gay community if that's what you're looking for. It's not coming if I go to Wichita, Kansas, or Topeka. I'm going alone if I was to do this. He needs to prepare for his own future. I can't help him anymore. I have looked at Kentucky. I have looked at Louisville. Can't afford it. Stitch those legs, stitch those arms. Oh. Alright, let me take a quick look at Topeka, Kansas, since let's see what I can find. In Topeka, Kansas. Topeka. T-O-P-E. Yeah, Topeka, Kansas. Filter. I'm looking for a house, not a condominiums, not apartments. Well, it's pets. Big importance for me. I need my kitty cat. I'd like to take Rusty with me, but I don't know. He's such a big cat. I don't know if I'd be able to take him with me. $595. $650, 1 bedroom, 1 bath home for Reds. Okay, $675, 2 bedroom, 1 bath home. Oh, let me just show you the screen. Let me make it easy. Let me show you the screen. Let me get back to scene 2. Let's get back to look at this together. Okay, there's 20 rentals. Some of these look like they're condos and duplexes, but here's a $850. This person decided the bathroom was the most important room to show on 1427 Southwest Byron Street. It shows the kitchen. Oh, electric stove. Sorry. Change the channel. Not interested. The 675 one looks nice. It doesn't show the interior though. 2 bedroom, 1 bath house. How much is the deposit? Let's see. Small house, but it says, we check out this adorable 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home with 792 square feet located around the corner from the Shawnee Country Club and Golf Course in Betty Phillips Park. Windows, ACs are to be supplied by the tenants. In other words, yeah, we don't have air conditioning, so you're going to have to bring your own. Call us today or email us to be placed on our waiting list. Waiting list? Ain't got time for that. It's a nice bigger home. 3 bedrooms. This is a kind of a cute 825. Another single floor house. Oh, it's got a nice backyard too. Looks like this is an older house. Looks almost like something from Wizard of Oz. Kind of. Hardwood floors, that's always good. Hey, can you show me the kitchen? Do you have a kitchen? Definitely is an older house. It's not cutting edge, but let's see, what does it say about this one? This stunning home was built in 1900. It has all the charm, beautiful hardwood floors, ornate woodwork, arched entryways, and more. With 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 1,206 square feet, this adorable house is ready for you to make it your home. Pets okay with full pet deposit, no bully breeds, must complete pet screening. Section 8 is not accepted. Parking smoke free, has a basement. Ooh, nice. Deck, lease length 12 months, 24 months. Utilities, resident pays for heat, resident pays for electricity, resident pays for the gas, resident pays for the water, resident pays for trash pickup. Pet policy, small dogs allowed, cats allowed, large dogs allowed. Interesting. So you have to pay for your own water. That doesn't surprise me. But this certainly doesn't necessarily go well when you add all that. Yeah, that's true. That's a good question. I'm not going to lie about that. Absolutely. You might end in a place you don't like. Well, right now, like I said, I'm just window shopping. It's not really like I've committed anything to it. Just looking to see what's out there. I've known Connecticut all my life. I've been here almost all my life. This is my home state. This is where I grew up. So I know Connecticut. I know New England very well. I don't know anything about Kansas. I don't know anything about any of that. But, like I said, you look into it. Scotch Dave, I really don't think she is going anywhere. What if she gets there and she says, "Oh crap, I don't like it." That's kind of what happened with Patty. We go to Winthrop Court. The next thing I know, I hate it so much. I want to get the hell out of here. More because of her than anything. But the building only had like one window on one side and a patio door on the other side, and that was it. That's all the sunlight you got. When you asked if I would like Hartford, and what if I don't like Hartford? Well, that's a good question, though, Steve. What makes you choose Hartford? Hartford is not the way it used to be anymore. Hartford, like a lot of cities today, is very distressed. It's not. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know anything about the mass transit in Kansas either. I absolutely agree with you. So it can't be too far out. It's kind of like the song Town and Country Polka. He says, if you listen to the song, it's like, the guy says, "I'm from the country," and she says, "I'm from the town." And then they kind of compromises and say, live out together, town and country polka, and then they're like, "Well, let's live where we're not too far away from town," which makes sense. But in my case, it's like, how big of a town do we need? Because I don't want to live in a metropolis. I don't want to live in a major city with thousands, if not more, people in here. I'm really, really dead set about it's got to be an area that makes me feel comfortable. Yeah, I know, but I don't know anything about Tennessee either. I did look at Charleston, South Carolina. I can't afford it. For house rental in Charleston, even a one bedroom, is ridiculous. Yeah, I think she was saying that, Scottish Dave, was that to Michelle, which is to me. What if you don't like it when you move? Absolutely, that is up here. But Dave, I could ask you the same question. What do you know about Hartford? I mean, that's the question. It's an urban environment. There's a large gay population in Hartford, which is good because you'll enjoy that. But it's distressed. Most of the good jobs left Hartford. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I do realize that. Yeah, I'm already looking into this. I'm already aware of this, Krista. Like I said, I don't have the kind of money to just go ahead and just travel without a plan. You know, I don't like the way Ed's dictating things either. He's not really thinking ahead. He's not thinking about my needs. He's thinking about his own needs. And I'm not too fond about that. How you doing against the wind? I don't really know if we're going to be moving anywhere. Like John Heyman said, there's too many obstacles in the way. There's too many obstacles in the way to move. I mean, maybe I might never do it. Um, Leaving Nebraska is expensive. I know Kansas and right, I understand that. Craig, Michelle, Hartford, Rams are all off the wall. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Absolutely, Craig. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people are leaving Connecticut. It's too expensive to stay here. It's ridiculously gotten to the point where, especially for fixed income, there isn't very many good choices for rents. Yeah, I see your point, Craig. I get it. And, like, the logistics of getting risky down there is going to be a bit of a challenge. There's the furniture. Unless your relatives would like to help me unload a truck and then find somebody who could drive the truck, that would be the only way it could be practical. Yeah, I'm sure you could find a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Winston. There certainly are. I think there's the one that was Sherry Heaton's apartment. She's moving on. I don't know where Sherry Heaton's moving to. I don't know what her plans are. Yeah. Harper looks quite quiet and not busy and nice. Not too big, not too small, Michelle. Not too many tourists, the Amtrak and Greyhounds serve Hartford for day trips to New York. And don't forget, Connecticut Transit also has bus service that goes to Hartford as well. Yes, I agree. But, you know, I'm not interested in going to Hartford. And you can guess, I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. I got stuck doing computer work for Ed when I should have been seeing the inside of my eyeballs. Tons of people are leaving the East Coast, totally except for the southern states. That's the reasonable. Yeah. You're right. A lot of them are leaving because a lot of Democratic policies have gotten to be too ridiculous and the prices are so high. They can't make a living here anymore. And the reason they can't make a living here anymore is because everything has gone up so much. Taxes, crime, price of food, utilities. And people cannot make a living here anymore. Pretty much the people that are still stuck in Connecticut are those that are unable to relocate. No, I don't want to live with Ed. Best way to go will get rid of everything Yeah, well, I still would have to get somebody to actually grab furniture from the Goodwill or the Salvation Army or whatever, because that's not going to be something I'm going to be able to pick up on my own. You need two hands to lift that cat. Seriously, he is a hand armful. If you ever pick him up, if he doesn't know you, he also will scratch you. He is very picky about who he knows. He has to get to know you before he'll trust anybody picking him up. Speaking of Rusty, I think he's outside on the porch right now. Oh. Right away in the game, I have hired 2 drivers, expanded my garage, and bought 2 more trucks for my 2 drivers. Yeah, he lets me pick him up because he knows me, but he will not let a total stranger pick him up. No. He's very, very particular on who he lets pick him up. But because he's so heavy and he's so big, it's very difficult to pick him up. Okay. Are you a Sagittarius? I think you said you're a Sagittarius, aren't you? A Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign that likes to travel a lot. Sagittarius is my sending sign, but it's not. It's kind of irony. It says I'm not too good at traveling very far. I like to quietly stay home and just do my own thing. I enjoy, just doing things by myself. I have only traveled on one subway car, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. It wasn't bad, but it was a subway car. Oh wait, I traveled one at Atlanta Airport as well. Aquarius they're kind of homebodies. Virgo is also homebodied. That's one of the reasons why Aquarius and Virgos have a lot in common. They do have a social life, but they're more or less states themselves. Okay. Well, Capricorns like to travel too, because you guys are thinking about your future and your career. They're not that far away from Sagittarius. It's just December. You told me, John Heyman, that you were Aquarius, so I don't know how you feel about traveling around, doing trips and stuff, but I've always been a bit of a homebody. I think part of it was because of the fact that I was always kind of didn't really go out anywhere as a kid. I tended to stay home. Yeah. Maybe that's why I drive that's why I drive truck simulator. It's not exactly a road trip, but I used to like road trips with my dad when I was a kid, but he didn't do a lot of them. Once in a while, he'd go places. I'm really deeply into the spiritual realm. Like, I'd like to go see. That was related to what me and Ed were talking about last night. It was like, we're talking about the afterlife. And he says, one of the things is, he says, as far as I'm concerned, is when you're dead and your soul leaves your body, you're just meat. That's me paraphrasing him. I said, yeah, when your firmware is, when they power down, your firmware is not reloaded into the body, yeah, you're just meat. However, your soul or firmware is located within the cloud. Rusty the cat. Rusty, my cat, is big and heavy. If you ever pick up my cat, Rusty, he's like picking up a cinder block, or more like picking up a very, very large bag of potatoes. Well, maybe more like picking up a very large bag of animal food. 25, 30 pounds. He's heavy. He's a heavy cat. I used to like to travel. You don't travel anymore. The air train don't come here no more. Poor, poor, pitiful me. We used to go places. It doesn't go anywhere. It just sits there and makes excuses. He sat there complaining about me calling Instacart to order some milk and some soda. And then he says to me, whoa, I gotta order beer, so I don't have to order Instacart. Why didn't you order Why are you then saying to me, Krista, that I should not have to call Instacart since she was already there? That doesn't make any sense, because how are you doing the morning after kill? You and Ed have a lot of common. You both just sit around with a lot of excuses. No doubt about that. We also are getting older, too, and don't have as good as mobility as we used to do. Two bowls of Life cereal. That's what I had for breakfast, those 2 bowls of Life cereal. Yeah, it's a cereal in the United States. It's a multi-grain cereal. They come in little squares. It was promoted pretty much by that kid Mikey that supposedly hates everything. It was funny because this Michelle actually does like Life cereal, so. What else do you like eating? Um, Honey Nut Cheerios, Quaker Maple Brown instant maple brown sugar, oatmeal, apples, some carrots, cheeseburgers, obviously. I'm not really too. A lot of food to me kind of just tastes blah. But I'll eat it because I know I need to put fuel in my belly. So, and chocolate sleeper car. It's 406 from Penn Station directly to Wichita downtown. Okay, so at least it has a train station. So that's a start. So maybe Wichita may have $406. I don't know what super dinner is, but I think you meant supper or dinner. Well, a lot of Italian food, pretty much. Pastas, raviolis, manicottis, lasagnas, vegetables, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think you meant supper, supper, not super. Super dinner sounds like something you eat at the Super Bowl, and basically it's a gut-busting thing of enchiladas, nachos, and God knows what else. Or maybe Thanksgiving dinner, which is equally a super dinner, which is basically a gut-busting variety of turkey, cranberries, and stuff like that. I hate cranberries, but I do like turkey. So mashed potatoes and stuffing and vegetables. But the thing with me is that I'm getting kind of old. Some one chicken pot pie and 2 small baked potatoes. That's it. Yeah, well, I'm really not as hungry as I not. I don't eat like. I'm sorry. I don't eat like I used to eat. I just living in a hotel right now. Then she plans to find an apartment in Bristol. She has a roommate living in the hotel with her. Okay. I just told you. I had a chicken pot pie and 2 small baked potatoes. That's it. I don't eat as much as you think I do. I don't think Chris is necessarily moving either. I mean, maybe she might. I don't know. I mean, you'll have to be pretty competitive to really get a house. I mean, I think Um, I think it would be a very bad idea to keep moving. No, Sherry Heaton, love. The big, large woman that was on the show a couple times is moving. With a housemate to Bristol, Connecticut. Right, Bristol, Connecticut, not Bristol, UK. um, is the person she might move in with Sean, her ex-husband? Because Sean used to be her ex-husband. I wonder if those two are going to get married again. Yes, I know. Yes, Craig, I do know that. Um, that doesn't include the roomette, though. How much for a roomette on the train? Because I think Rusty would be much better if he was in a roomette, or he could at least. Well, I understand that it's geography in school, but it seems like American kids are pretty stupid. Geography is not being taught anymore in American schools, believe it or not. A lot of Americans don't know geography that well. You're talking about a 3-day trip, I think, to Wichita, Kansas. I might be willing to fly if I can get a plane ticket that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. Because I think an airplane trip would be fine for us to. I gotta consider the cat's comfort if I was to seriously do it. Okay. So how much is an airplane ticket from Bradley International to Wichita, Kansas? Massachusetts, native New England. New Hampshire. Yeah, I forgot one. Oh, no, you didn't. Right. Yes, I know. It's the region. Yep. New England's the region. It's not a nickname, it's just a region of the country. Yeah. Just like England, Scotland, and Wales are part of the old England. Actually, England is part of the United Kingdom, which is. You never know what's going to happen. So. Like I said. Yes, I know that. Scotland's a country, yes, I know that. So is Britain. So is Wales. They're actually countries. Yes. But all three countries became United Kingdom, which is a geographical unit as well, which is administered by Britain. Can't, because unfortunately it's in the bed right now. Well, I was hoping to get people on the panel, but no one seems to want to come on today. Andrew's not here. JoJo's not here. No one's here. Yeah. Okay. Now, that's not feasible. So where is the raid? All right, Nanny. What the hell's going on here? You promised me a super soaker. You didn't deliver. Possible late rain. It was cloudy. No friggin' rain. This is grievously annoying. Let's see. Clinton corruption alerts. World. TransUnion. Test bar. It's humid out there. How humid is it? I don't know. It just feels sticky. Let's see. 80% humidity. Let's see. Messages. Good morning, everyone. Gonna learn 20 minutes. Oh, what's he know there? Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. So, let's see. Cause red, dum, 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 dum. Okay. Britain is more of a state than plane ticket non-stop from Bradley to Wichita Airport is $231, and Rusty would be another $30. How long is the flight on that? I mean, how long of a plane ride are we talking about, Craig? That's a good question. I don't know if Krista's gonna phone in now. She doesn't usually call in on the morning show or come in on the panel, but the panel is open. Okay. So, I don't know about that, Paul. You never know. You never know. You never know. Can't say. It never could happen. Remember what Sean Connery's wife said, which later became the name of the movie for 007. Never say never again. Yeah, so it is theoretically possible, but it would have to be a very good incentive to do it. What about you, Paul? What about you? You're stuck in a place in Michigan that's in a red light district that basically has a terrible economy and is slowly deteriorating, and you're still in the same house. You would have thought you would have decided to basically just hightail it out of there and say enough's enough. I already said it. Maybe you missed it because it didn't get to you yet. I have to consider all my options. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not really. I am kind of stuck here, but I do kind of like it too. But it's, it's just like I said. It's just getting old. I need a change. That's not a joke. That's a reality. Then do it. If you really see you can move anywhere you want. Put up or shut up. Okay? Well, I don't know. Like I said, I have lived in Connecticut most of my life, so I know this place pretty well. I grew up in Connecticut. I don't know a lot about the Midwest. I spent a year in Little Rock, Arkansas, Arkansas Prices for the Blind, which was okay. Okay. I don't know. Allergies just started to kick in again. I don't know. I don't know. And why would you say? I'm sure deep down you might be a reason why you might want to consider relocating. I don't know what it might be though, but that's not the point. It's non-stop 2 hours and 15 minutes. Well, that's pretty good. Still don't know how Rusty would feel about being in a cat carrier for 2 hours and 15 minutes on an airplane. Okay. Craig said he's having breakfast right now. All I know is the bull wants to be up by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I got half a mind to let him sleep it in until 4. He can't even bother setting an alarm clock. Yeah. So, like I said, I, right now I think things are getting kind of boring around here. I'll be honest when I say that. I mean, the channel gets boring too, but that's, because that's just a physical reflection of my life. Not much scenery change around here. The show is not over yet. But you can leave if you want. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. But, so I got my tractor trailer trucks. I've got 2 more trucks from my fleet of trucks. I expanded my garage to 3 new bays. There's 2 whole new garage, 3 new bays, 2 trucks, 2 new drivers. So, gonna be expanding Blood Oak trucking to Blood Oak shipping. I think it's called Blood Oak shipping. Ugh. I'm not gonna. I'm still here, but like I said, it's like, it is a boring day. Well, I mean, what else you gonna do? I mean, drive the truck, sure. But you know what? How you doing? How you doing, Andrew? Yeah, I know. I know what a long day's like. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Unfortunately, it sent me on a wild goose chase to fix his account information, which I did fix. And I was like, oh. kept coming in, disturbing me, waking me up about this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, oh man, do I ever get any sleep out of this deal? When I finally fell asleep, I think it was like 4 in the morning. Then I woke up at 8 in the morning. He says, man, you going up for the day? Yeah, do I have a choice? So I got up and I went into the bedroom to get some tobacco, and he started yelling, why are you waking me up for? What are you doing in here? I said, I can't get some tobacco, Ed. Well, go back in the other room. I said, let me get my tobacco first, and that's where I'm going. So, bastard. Seriously, yeah, let me... Tiger Kitty has big... I don't know. I haven't talked to her. I think I saw her on the panel this morning, but I'm not sure. Let me look real quick here. No, I don't see her in the morning show. Last time I saw a Tiger Kitty post was, mostly it was Chris that's doing most of the posting. Yeah. Yeah. And then he says, oh yeah, I want to get up about 2 o'clock in the afternoon so I can go ahead and check my balance on my debit card and order some stuff from Instacart. After he basically read me the riot act and saying I should go shopping with Krista after I took a hot bath, which I did. And he's like, yeah. I told him, I said, look, I just came in to get some tobacco. That's one of the reasons I would probably go out to Wichita, Kansas. Because he ain't gonna follow me to Wichita, Kansas. He's not interested in Wichita, Kansas. I'll be like, oh yeah. Wait a minute, what's out here? Honestly, not much, Ed. What did you eat for lunch? Tesco Express. Yeah, you guys got a lot of ready-to-eat meals from Tesco. We don't have anything like that. Most supermarkets in the United States don't really have much of a... well, you can go to the deli and get sandwiches made at Stop and Shop. I don't know. And a can of Rubicon. Alright. Doesn't sound very exciting, Dave. Why don't you eat something like a little more substantial? I don't know, like a turkey sandwich or something like that, or bologna sandwich. I guess your rashers could kind of count as bologna if you think about it. But, yeah. I'm not into bacon either. Hi, Kristen Craig, says Andrew. Consider your quality of life. Kansas, Topeka, or Wichita, they can't take good care of their elderly. I mean, churches around and get together. Yeah. They cannot take good care of the elderly. Okay, so you're saying is that the Kansas and Topeka, Wichita and Topeka have a problem with elderly care is kind of subpar. Hi, didn't Queen YouTube. Yes, I do. You can get them fresh from the deli, yes. I wouldn't say it's like a Tesco Express where they're pre-made, but they do have sandwiches. Actually, they do have some pre-made ones. It's a pretty big supermarket here in Connecticut. Sabella is in the mental mode at the moment. Her cat, yeah, his cat. He has a girl cat. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I know Red Foreman. At least I know him from the channel. I don't know him personally, though. I don't know Red Thorman personally. Oh, yeah, we have us here. Well, Cumberland Farms has ham and Swiss, but it doesn't have any condiments on it. So it's just ham, Swiss on bread, on a grinder roll, which is fine. It's it's okay. Because there's no mayonnaise in it, I can eat them. Oh, but they're really not that flavorful. They're just kind of boring. Kind of just boring food. I haven't seen him on the show in a long time, so I don't know much about what he's been up to lately. I'm allergic to mango, so I can't eat it, so. Really dry sandwiches. Yes. It turns out when the eggs and the vinegar are mixed together, it's like, forget it. A couple times I went into anaphylactic shock over it. So as a kid, so I can't touch it. Wichita has VFWs clubs where you can join Meals on Wheels for seniors that can't get many churches with functions all week long. You would be so busy there, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. I hate shrimps. Okay, well, unfortunately, Craig, I have never been a veteran of foreign wars, so it wouldn't do me no good. As far as church activities, church social functions, that might be an interesting idea. Next year I'll be 55, so I'll be eligible to join the senior center. A mass of yellow took flew into the living room last night. Okay. I talked to zombies. I don't think zombies particularly doesn't really seem to really like me very much. I don't think he hates me. I just think he just doesn't like being on my channel for some reason. I bet you, Kangaroo, that he's probably sitting over here in the comment section or watching these videos on his computer. Okay. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Well, three of them used to come to the show. Zombies, Red Foreman, and Leo used to come to the show. As far as we know, they quietly lurk in the background still watching the videos. Yeah. I definitely not posh, but I have had the can of Raid for years. Still works. Yeah. As long as the can valve stays sealed properly. Yeah. The channel's called Zombies. Zombies does seem to focus on that, but he's not the only channel that does that. There's a few other YouTube channels that do the same thing, prepping stuff. It's kind of funny because my channel does get into that a little bit, but we tend to talk about the economic fallout. Clear YouTube, maybe call it something else now. I avoid all those channels now. It's the YouTube channel called Zombies. Because Queen YouTube says, we talk about Doomsday on this channel a lot. We do. Yes, we do. We also particularly talk about how we see the Democrats as not helping the situation. And if you ever look at the playlist for 2022, it's economics. A few other videos on the playlist talk about Teotihuacan and situation, how everything's all messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, crazy now. Okay. Well, my nose is running. I think I got it now. Is she coming on? The weather's good. Kind of day late today. It's supposed to rain. But I think the sky can't make up its mind. Now, come on, Sky. Either piss or get off the pot. Okay. We need that. We need that rain, okay? Jeez. I watch the shit send in. Now, he wants to go. He wants to go down to the southeast. He actually looked up places like Mississippi, Alabama, and a few other places, South Carolina, West Virginia, Virginia. It's like, oh God. Are you beer too? $61 degrees. Yeah, but Connecticut needs that rain. They don't have any. And he finally realized it's too broke for Palm Beach, so he's looking for Alabama. Why St. Johnson are you a sucker from Pennsylvania? Okay. Oh, I get it. And you said because I was born in Perth. I support my home team. Okay. I never really been into the sports thing, so I really don't know much about sports. Well, we used to have the Hartford Railers, and then we used to, of course, we have the Boston Red Sox, we have the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, the the New England Patriots, but football. I don't know what the Major League Soccer team is called for New England, but so college soccer player at the Olympics. It was a crazy night. Glasgow Rangers. Okay. Hartford Yard Goats. Okay. Play YouTube. I play college soccer. Oh boy. I have to wake up the Grumpy Bull in about an hour and a half. Not looking forward to waking up the Grumpy Bull. What's up, Andrew? Okay. You know, the thing is, I just, the grumpy bull that's laying in my bedroom. I'm gonna wake up that grumpy bull. He hates getting up before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why he asked me to. Because he's out of beer. Cheers. It's pronounced Dalene. Dalene. It's actually a combination of Norwegian and German and a little bit of Italian. Yeah, it's still alive. Let's see. Providence, Rhode Island. Oh, they didn't leave a message. I don't know if that's the pawn shop I called. I don't know if it's... Because he doesn't have a bed. Yeah, he could learn to set an alarm. Dalene, yeah. The Norwegian pronunciation is Dalene, which is basically means valley, which makes sense because some of my relatives apparently were Vikings living in East Anglia at one point long ago, but my family was my grandfather was adopted by that family. His native name is Mullenstad. That's the name, my native grandfather's name on my father's side is Mullenstad. I didn't get much sleep because I went to sleep about 4 o'clock in the morning because I kept racking my ears off all night long. So, yeah, I am tired. And I still gotta wake him up. And then I gotta sit him down at the computer. And then I gotta check his balance on his Instacart card. And then finally I can sleep for a couple orders while he putters around on the computer trying to make a goddamn grocery list, which yeah. It's a northern Germanic name. Wallenstad. Yeah. He wants to get up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's fine. I'll just take a snapshot of his Walmart card so I can zoom it large so we can get the balance information. No, he asked me to wake him up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it doesn't matter. I gotta wake him up anyway. Well, anyway, here's the deal. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming to the show. We've covered some very interesting things this morning. I don't know if I go to Wichita, Kansas or not. It's not like I'm going to sign an IM or anything like that, but I definitely was browsing. You work in a country hotel. So where is it's the bedroom? He sleeps on the couch. There's no bed in there. It's my living room. That's something else altogether. I kind of wish you would just get rid of all the strange stuff, just like he so wanted to do, and then go where he's going to be happy. He's obviously not happy here. He's like, all he does is complain. I mean, I'm way more than me. What is New Road? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we're sharing a one-bedroom apartment. We take turns on the bed. And the problem is that I am, as you can guess, tired because he doesn't understand when it's midnight. Is I'm trying to sleep for my 8 hours, and he keeps coming in and talking up a storm when I'm trying to sleep. When I can let him sleep and he won't let me sleep. This kind of bothers me. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. No, it doesn't get cold. It doesn't get cold, but I definitely do need to buy some new sheets because our sheets are getting ripped up pretty bad. So, all right, guys, I see you guys tomorrow. As I said, I gotta wake up the Grumpy Bull. I'm not really looking forward to waking up the Grumpy Bull, but if I don't, he'll moo loudly. Yeah, I gotta wake him up. So for now, I'll see you guys later. Okay, we are going to be driving some more trucks. But I am not going to drive. How long have you lived here before? It theoretically lived in the same building as me before I did. But we had separate apartments at one time. But I was on my own for a few years before he came back, and that's pretty much that. I know it's just kind of a bit of a mess. But anyway, so all I'm gonna do is let me go wake up the bull, and we'll try to get some trucking in. We'll try to get some trucking in today. But I don't wanna drive when I'm half asleep, just like I wouldn't do that in real life either. So I'm gonna try to get a nap in. All right, guys. So I'll talk to you later. Okay. Stay safe. Bye bye for now. Bye bye, guys. This is like a 16-inch grinder. Hope you're hungry because you're gonna be eating a lot of it. No, I don't need them. Why would I want to have to put money into?
I know you don't need it. Well, because you might want big whoppers.
These are the real deal, baby. These are real.
But you wouldn't want, you've seen Rosie. I mean, they're massive.
I know. But then again, we also see, like, other people that got those things. What happens is after you get to be a certain age, everything sags. And of course, we have the tools of trade, the affane, the calendar, the clapper. Let's call the spirits back real quick.
Gauntlet 1 versus fight. That's how we take care of those pests.
Ow! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright. And thank you very much for watching. Stay out of trouble, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, normal time. Yep. Okay.